Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session. 3 cases, cause numbers 331-696, cause number 331-736, and cause number 331-738. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Chaston W. Britson. Mr. Britson, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Britson, before you do that, could you get someone in, one of the bailiffs to take your mic off of mute?
Can you hear us now?
Yes, yes, we
Okay.
can hear you. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Britson, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Britson, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Britson, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Britson, in cause number 331-736, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. Now, before we do that, Mr. Cole, are you waiving a record in Mr. Brisson's remaining cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Brisson, in cause number 331-736, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. In this motion that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, it alleges that you, Chaston Wayne Brisson, was tried on July 25th of 2022 for the offense of assault family violence, and that you were found guilty and punishment was assessed at a term of 180 days confinement in Jefferson County Jail and no fine. And the confinement was probated for a period of 1 year. In this motion, Mr. Brisson, there are 5 allegations. And state, are you abandoning allegations 2, 3, 4, and 5?
The state is, Your Honor.
Mr. Brisson, the state is abandoning allegations 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that means that they will only be proceeding on allegation number 1. And allegation number 1 alleges that you, Chaston W. Brisson, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office as ordered by the court over the months of August 2022 and on September 13th of 2022 as ordered in violation of condition 4 of your probation order. Mr. Brisson, is that true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Brisson, are you pleading true to allegation number 1 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading true because it is true?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Brisson, your full name is Chaston Wayne Brisson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're also known as Chaston W. Brisson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Brisson, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, also labeled as State Exhibit number 1. On page 1 of State Exhibit number 1, there's a box that's checked, and that box that's checked is MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials CB that are on a line next to a box that's checked MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation, true to allegation number 1. Mr. Brisson, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
On page 3 of the same document, Mr. Brisson, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant on page 3. Mr. Brisson, did you also sign this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on the the next document, Mr. Brisson, that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, there is also a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. And did you also sign this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Brisson, at the top of the same document, there are two boxes that's checked. First box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case, and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Brisson, before you signed and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
State. I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer states 1.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. And Mr. Cole, you've advised in counsel, Mr. Brisson, in this case, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Brisson, your attorney, Mr. Cole, has advised and counseled you in this case. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Most definitely, Your Honor.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Brisson, again, you are a U.S. citizen, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Brisson, I will accept your plea of true to allegation number 1. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. Also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. Will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of true to allegation number 1, the state is recommending that the court revoke defendant's probation, reform the judgment, and confine defendant in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 159 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court give defendant credit for the 159 days previously spent in jail, making this a time-served plea agreement, Your Honor. We're asking that the court use the time served to both tax and retire the court costs. And this case will run concurrent with case numbers 331-738 and 331-694, Your Honor. And lastly, this case, this plea agreement will be dismissing case number 331-696.
Okay, so 331-696 is the MTRP. So you're dismissing the MTRP, is that correct?
Well, Your Honor, we're dismissing that case.
The case has already been disposed of through
I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
So you're gonna dismiss the MTRP?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Brisson, the state is offering that you served 159 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 159 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case, Mr. Brisson, is $57. However, you will not have to pay the $57 court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it, and therefore the court cost will be taxed and retired. And this case, Mr. Brisson, will run concurrent with cause numbers 331-694 and cause number 331-738. And the state will be dismissing the motion to revoke probation in cause number 331-696. Mr. Brisson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Brisson, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state in this case. Now, Mr. Brisson, I'm gonna go back to the first case, cause number 331-694. And in that case, Mr. Brisson, The state had offered 159 days to be served in Jefferson County Jail, and you was given credit for 159 days that you had already served. So you were given credit for time served. Now, the court cost in that case was $57. Where you would not have to pay, you did not have to pay the $57 because because the time you spent in jail had already paid the $57, and therefore it will be taxed and retired. Now, in this case, cause number 331694, the state initially said that cause number 33116 was cause number 331696, and cause number 331736, and cause number 331738 all will run concurrent. But since and the state is dismissing the motion to revoke probation in cause number 331696, that case 331696 will be dismissed in this case, cause number 331694, and the other two cases, cause number 331736 and cause number 331738, will be running concurrent with this case. Now, Mr. Brisson, do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. And okay, so now, Mr. Brisson, we're going to move on to the next case. And that case is cause number 331738. And in this case, Mr. Brisson, where's the MTL? Did I give you? Yeah. No, I was looking for the MTRP. It's here. Wait up, here it is. Here it is. Okay, Mr. Brisson, in cause number 331738, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. And in this motion, Mr. Brisson, this motion was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And in this motion, the state alleges that on July 25th of 2022, that you was found guilty for the Class A misdemeanor offense of violation of protective order, which was a family violence case, and your punishment was assessed at 180 days confinement in Jefferson County Jail with no fine, and that confinement was probated for a period of 1 year. In this motion, the state alleges 5 allegations. And state, are you abandoning allegations 2, 3, 4, and 5?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Brisson, the state is abandoning allegations 2, 3, 4, and 5 in this motion to revoke probation, and that just simply means that they would not be pursuing the revocation of these allegations in this motion. And the state, however, will be pursuing the revocation in allegation number 1. And allegation number 1 alleges that you, Chaston W. Brisson, or Bryson, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office's ordered by the court for the months of August of 2022 and on September 13th of 2022, as directed in violation of condition number 4 of your probation office. Mr. Brisson, is to this charge, to this allegation rather, how do you plead, true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
And Mr. Brisson, are you pleading true to allegation number 1 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading true because it is true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Brisson, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. And on this document, Mr. Brisson, on page 1, there's one box that check states that this is a motion to revoke probation, which is MTRP. And on page 2, there's one box that's checked with some initials on it, on the line of the initials are CB, next to a line that's titled MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation, true to allegation number 1. Mr. Brisson, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Brisson, on the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. And Mr. Brisson, did you also sign this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the next document, Mr. Brisson, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. And at the bottom of this document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Did you also sign this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
At the top of this same document, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And now, Mr. Brisson, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best
Yes,
of
Your
your
Honor.
state? I have before me states 1. State, you like to offer states 1?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer states 1.
Any objections, Mr. Cole?
No objections, Your Honor.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. And Mr. Cole, you've advised and counseled Mr. Brisson in this case as well. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Brisson, are you satisfied with the services of your attorney in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brisson, I will accept your plea of true to allegation number 1. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of true to allegation number 1, the state is recommending that the court revoke defendant's probation, reform the judgment, and confine defendant in Jefferson County Jail for a period of 159 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court give defendant credit for the 159 days previously spent in jail, making this a time-served plea agreement, Your Honor. We're asking that the court use the time served to both tax and retire the court costs, Your Honor, and this case will run concurrent with case numbers 331-736 and 331-694. And lastly, Your Honor, this plea agreement will be dismissing the motion to revoke probation and cause number 331-696.
Okay, Mr. Brisson, the state is offering that you serve 159 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you've already served 159 days in the Jefferson County Jail. This case will run concurrent. Well, also the court cost in this case is $57. However, you will not have to pay the $57 court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. This case will run concurrent with clause numbers 331-694, clause number 331-736, and the state will be dismissing cause number 33, they'll be dismissing the motion to revoke probation in cause numbers 331696. Mr. Brisson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Brisson, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Brisson, the court has previously read to you the model written admonishment on ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. And that admonishment that was just read to you a few minutes ago is applicable in all of these cases. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Brisson, this will conclude your case. If you do not have anything else holding you in jail today, you should be getting out. Mr. Brisson, please knock on the door, follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Where's that? I had. Okay. Next case is that Johnny Gomez? Gomez?
Gomez.
You can tell him.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Gomez. Just hold on a minute. Court is in session in cause number 7299690. The case is style of state of Texas versus Johnny Eduardo Gomez. Mr. Gomez, is that your full name?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
And how are you doing, Mr. Gomez?
I'm doing not that good, sir, but
Okay, you hanging in there?
yes, sir. Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Gomez, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Gomez, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Gomez, you may put your hand down. Mr. Gomez, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Giles Cole. Attorney
Yes,
Cole,
sir.
do you waive a record in Mr. Gomez's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gomez, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about February 25th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you were charged with the Class B misdemeanor offense of attempt to elude police officer. Now, Mr. Gomez, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to this charge, Mr. Gomez, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and
Yes,
voluntarily?
Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
I am guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Gomez, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document, Mr. Gomez, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Now, Mr. Giles Cole, on the misdemeanor plea admonishment, State's Exhibit Number 1, it has the Class A misdemeanor box checked. Do I have your permission to make that correction?
Yes, you do, Your Honor.
And Mr. Gomez, do I have your permission to make the correction to a Class B misdemeanor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gomez, on this document, the misdemeanor plea admonishment State's Exhibit 1, it has under punishment range, if convicted, if convicted, you face the following range of punishment. And the range of punishment is for a Class B misdemeanor. And the range of punishment for a Class B misdemeanor is confinement in jail for a term not to exceed 180 days, a fine not to exceed $2,000 or both such fine and confinement. Mr. Gomez, do you understand the range of punishment for this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Gomez, there are a set of initials on this document. And these initials are next to a box that's checked guilty. Mr. Gomez, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
On page 3 of the same document, Mr. Gomez, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Gomez, did you also sign this document?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And on the next document, Mr. Gomez, that's titled Trial Court Certification of Rights, Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, Mr. Gomez, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Did you also sign this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
At the top of this same document, Mr. Gomez, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Mr. Gomez, do you understand that statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
The next statement has a box that's checked and it states that the defendant has waived the right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gomez, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
On paper? Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Yes,
Yes, it
and Mr. Gomez, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, Your Honor, he did.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Mr. Gomez, are you a citizen of the United States?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Cole, there should be a form out there. It's the form that talks, it's the consulate's form. Yeah. The court will be in recess to give you your attorney opportunity to get that form and to go over it